Hey everybody, welcome to another Drunk Dad's Watch. I'm Chris,
I'm Eddie.
And I'm Rick.
and today we're going to be reviewing
Spider-Man.
No way.
Home,
Home Alone?
Sherlock Holmes.
Directed by John Watts. This movie came out a few, weeks ago?
Yes.
Christmas, yes.
Sadly had some technical difficulties and pushed us back a little farther than we wanted to with watching this, but we finally made
Work
it,
sucks.
Yeah, work
Yeah.
does suck.
especially an essential job.
Yes.
But yeah, let's get into it. What do we think?
Eddie, you first. What's your...
Come on, let me first. All right.
Because you love Marvel.
Sure.
I do love Marvel. I don't. As the guy who wasn't the biggest Spider-Man fan, I came into this just okay, we're gonna watch Spider-Man, whatever. The first half was kind of Second half, not gonna lie, was really good.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah, definitely picked up.
The second half is up there with some of the other Marvel, like the best Marvel movies.
Oh, I agree. I completely agree. It's, for the first maybe hour and a half, I'm like, okay, it's maybe in my top 20 Marvel movies.
Yeah, it was congested with a lot of
Bad jokes.
Marvel jokes, and that's why I was just like, all right, let's. One good thing I would say is that it really got into it. Like I was telling Rick before, once Peter's like, well, I got to get to the airport, I was like, okay, it's going to start. Like you knew on the way there.
Yeah. Doc.
Doc and Goblin, and from the trailer and everything else like that we saw. So I mean, it picked up pretty quick.
Yeah.
It's just those jokes.
Yeah,
We're not a big fan of Marvel jokes.
Yeah, it's
not funny.
Yeah, they're not. And there were a lot of them. But let's start talking about the actual movie.
All right, so the movie starts off right after the events of
Far From Home.
Far From Home.
Yeah.
They come back to America, and immediately you have a little cute scene with
Night Monkey and Mary Jane.
Night Monkey and Mary Jane just swinging
Yeah.
through. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. J.K. Simmons comes in.
Yeah,
Busts up.
my boy Omni Man comes in.
Yeah.
Question: how'd you guys feel about the chemistry between Tom Holland and Zendaya?
It's good. I think it's good kind of the way Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone were good because they're actually in a relationship and you don't feel like it's forced. It's working and it's believable.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, I have no issue with their chemistry and their relationship in
No, that was never
the
real.
series. Yeah, that's always good. His friendship with Ned is good. And the beginning, when it kind of gets started, as we're talking about,
I thought, like I said, yeah. I mean, it's took some time, but like I said, I mean, yeah, even the well, like I said, I'm not gonna. Well, like yeah, you saw the trailer, the part where they're on the top of the school or something like that or whatever, and then yeah. So I mean, I think it's the most believable so far. Granted, this is the first part where they're in the relationship, but I mean, like just their chemistry altogether was a little iffy in the last two movies for me at least. But
as slow as I thought the beginning was, I did, however, kind of like that they were kids. They're kids.
I keep forgetting that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Dr. Strange said it.
Yeah, your kids.
They're kids, so I did enjoy that. I enjoyed seeing them at school, all that. And it didn't look like Dawson's Creek where they're, Tobey Maguire was 78,
Yes.
walking through high school.
Dude, that
That's
was
true.
that was everything in the 90s and early 2000s, you know? You were gonna catch
35-year-olds playing 18-year-olds. Yeah.
All right, so then we move on. Which is weird. They're all under like investigation.
Right, that was cool.
That was
they
interesting
all
to see the
picked up by
police.
feds or
Like
whatever, right?
the feds pick them up, and yeah, that was.
Kind of gave me Batman v Superman vibes.
Hold on. What?
So the feds pick him up, and it kind of gave me like Batman v Superman. Kind of
Okay.
like how everyone hated. There was a certain section of people that hated Superman, and then section people who.
I like that.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I thought that was the song.
Well, yeah, all the people outside of his house, and
Yeah.
the ones who were throwing paint or something like that. Yeah, it was just it's
Happy was very funny in that whole opening scene when he's trying to hide the fact that he was outed, and the helicopters are outside, and Happy's complaining and crying about his relationship with Aunt May. That was actually decent. Like that was Marvel stuff that I could tolerate.
Yeah. It leads us to a pretty good cameo.
Yes, let's talk about the first cameo. We got Charlie
Matthew
Cox.
Murdock.
Cox.
Yes.
That was so good.
Sweet Cox.
Yes.
It was
Yeah.
so good to see him again. It was weird seeing seeing him older.
So is he officially?
Oh yeah,
So it's official. He's in this universe.
Yep.
He's canon, I guess.
Yep.
That's cool.
I'm pretty sure
Oh,
they're
yeah.
doing him, Punisher, and Kingpin are being in this this universe now. So that should be really nice.
It's a cool cameo. So eventually Peter feels like he's fucking up his friend's life. So he goes to find Doctor Strange
Yes.
and all his goatee glory.
Yes.
Yes.
How'd you feel about? I got a weird vibe of he has resentment towards Wong,
Yes.
that he's not whatever it's
The
fucking
Sorcerer
called.
Supreme.
Yeah, whatever that is. Yeah.
Grand Chancellor, fuckface. I don't.
Yeah.
But he has a little resentment, which is why he probably was like, I could do this.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I didn't know I had missed something.
I forgot that he blipped and
Yeah.
wasn't there.
So
So
yeah,
yeah,
it's 5 years Wong, I guess.
Yes. He did blip. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. Yeah. So no, wait a minute. Was Wong going to with the whole thing with Shang-Chi there,
Probably.
or was it more of he was going to help him out after the movie?
I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. Was
Yeah.
this
Yeah, I don't know- I don't know
before?
where
Is
the
this parallel.
timeline
Is
is.
this, that's what So,
Yeah.
but that was good.
You
The
get-
spell was, the spell scene was interesting.
It was better than I thought it was going to be from the trailer. I
Right.
still don't know if I love that being one of the reasons why this whole movie started.
If this is how they introduce the multiverse, I'm not a huge fan of this stupid thing.
Yeah, why the multiverse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, with him second guessing
Yes.
the entire thing during the spell and the
So yeah, Peter fucks things up because he's putting, I guess, pressure on Doctor Strange so his friends can remember him and all these other people, and the spell doesn't work.
Right.
Did you notice the kind of FU to DC with
No.
Flash Thomas's book called Flashpoint?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah.
No, I didn't,
A little pissed off at that, Marvel.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Right.
go
So,
to
yeah. So I mean, at this point, he realizes that he's messed up his friends' lives because none of them are getting into college.
yeah.
So he decides to go see somebody that could help him, not necessarily him, but MJ and Ned get into college.
Yeah, someone to let them into
The
MIT.
administrator or something. Yeah.
And we
yeah,
get
exactly.
introduced to my boy, the man who wears a wife beater like no other.
It's true.
Dr. Otto Octavius.
Yes.
Yes.
Portrayed once again
So
by Alfred
good.
Molina, which was awesome.
So good. See, his intro into it was so
Yeah,
good.
so good.
Why are you running?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a dope scene. It was cool to see him again.
Seeing those arms again was
Yes,
just so cool.
yes,
Yeah, that was.
yeah.
I love that.
Seeing him talk to the arms again.
Yeah.
No, listen to me.
Him taking the nanotech was cool.
Yes.
I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And realizing that wasn't Peter.
Yes, that was awesome. And then you got a glimpse of Green Goblin, which
Yes.
that's my boy. For better or for worse, how campy he was in 02, he's still fantastic, and he proved it in this movie.
I got-
It reminded me of the new Star Wars. What was it? Force Awakens, where the first line was, "Now let's make things right," or whatever.
Yeah.
Where he breaks the mask,
Right.
and then you finally see him with the purple hood and
Mm-hmm.
everything. I'm like, okay, this works.
So Willem Dafoe is almost him and Vincent Kingpin. They're almost way too good of actors to be in something like this.
You thought I was asleep, didn't you? Acting.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Even if it was a DC movie, I feel like they're way too good of actors
Mhm.
to be in this. So when I saw them in their performance, I was like,
Yeah.
well, not Kingpin, but
But,
when
yeah.
I saw Willem Dafoe, he ate up every scene he was in. He was the best actor in this movie,
I agree.
and
And
by far. And Andrew Garfield too. You're number two, but
Yeah, and at first I was kind of hoping that they'd give him a new mask, but then when I'm like, no, he's gonna have the hood and his twisted ass face. That's fine.
Yeah.
He had some definite Goblin faces, and so it was really good.
So at that point, we're basically introduced to the rest of the villains that we've seen from other
Yeah,
movies.
he's got to collect them.
You got to collect them.
Oh, yeah.
Lizard.
Electro,
Yes.
Sandman.
Yeah, it was cool.
So
You've
yeah.
seen all of them, yeah.
Yeah.
So we find out. So now we cut to Doctor Strange's weirdo lair, his little creepy dungeon,
Yes.
Oh, yes,
His
the
washer
Sanctum
and dryer.
Sanctorum with the washer and dryer in it.
where he, yes,
That was so good.
that was hilarious.
Yeah.
Where they're kind of collecting all these villains that escaped from different universes. We see, who was it?
Well, Lizard was in there. and
Lizard
he
was
grabbed-
in there.
he grabbed
He still
Doc
looks like a monkey to me, which is weird.
He looked better.
He looked
He looked
slightly
better.
better.
It was darker. Yeah, well, it wasn't CGI'd from.
Well, yeah.
That's what.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
so
still looked weird to me. Then Peter goes to collect. He's trying to find Green Goblin, but he runs into Jamie Foxx with a new fade.
Yeah. Samuel helps him for a minute and then decides, I guess, basically not to.
I like that actor. I'm glad he's back.
Yeah. At first, I wasn't sure if they got him back because you weren't seeing his face.
It was real CGI, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, did they like get his voice?
Yeah.
That's what it was. That the whole time I was like, wow, he didn't even need to be on set.
Yeah.
And then, it was comforting in the end, seeing that it was like, okay, good. It was, That's to make sure. I love that green striped shirt. Yeah.
So yeah, he ends up capturing these two, and then apparently Aunt May's helping out. What is Norman?
Yes.
Which works
He
like
comes
a
back and
shelter.
he's weird.
Yeah.
And he kind of finds her because there's a Spider-Man.
He's almost like he's coming in almost like a stray. And he's all confused and doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, he doesn't know. Yeah, so he's.
Well, that's because he was dead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So him coming back from this whole thing, it's more of the whole, what was it, conflicted with the voice in his head? Or?
How'd you feel about that? How'd you guys feel about everyone's
that.
realization that, holy shit, we died?
Yeah. I thought that was great.
We each died to a Spider-Man.
Yeah, I thought that was awesome. I absolutely love that.
The movie started to pick up a little bit for me around here. I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, even though I thought Jamie Foxx came into this, Jamie, I feel like you came into here and you wanted some redemption from the last movie, so you're trying to be real smooth.
Yes, I will admit, I think 80% of him did not work.
Yeah.
But there was a few times where he was really good. There were a lot of times where he was not.
I didn't get a lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
Which was good. So I feel like serious moments, and we're gonna get to this. Like some of the moments where he's contemplating, like, do I go back to normal?
When he's talking to like Sandman and stuff like that, that
was
stuff was
good.
good. That was good. When he wasn't. Once again, when he's not just delivering these things that they call jokes.
There's a little news flash. It's not funny. In fact, it's pretty freaking unfunny.
Yeah. Maybe awaken something in him. Maybe Spider Sense is connected to magic. Who knows?
Yeah. That scene when he's projected out of his body and he's still able to stop and he's using his Spider Sense.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That was cool.
Yeah, I love that.
That whole scene was dope. It was the whole when they're on a train. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and him trying to encase him in it, and it was
the little geometry line was corny, but you know.
Wait, which one? Which line?
The geometry line, like
magic.
You know what's cool is magic, math.
Yeah, says who? Yeah, ever.
Michael the magic.
Michael the magic
Makes it different.
Yeah.
So he finally takes the box away from him, and he takes all the villains to.
Right. Well, he gets rid of Strange for the rest of the movie. Basically, he like sends them off somewhere and
he recruits the villains.
Yeah.
See who wants
Which
to
is
help.
cool to see.
Yeah.
That was interesting. Yeah.
Takes him back to Happy's condo.
Yes.
Poor Happy in his apartment.
Yes. Yeah.
And he's working with Norman.
Right.
Right, and he had to fix Doc Ock first.
Yeah.
And once that's down, the three of them, I thought was
really
cool.
enjoyed that. Really enjoyed the fact that he kind of came back.
Yes.
I mean, I thought it would have been a little cooler. It was cool to have the split off with Jamie Foxx and the kitchen talking to the other people. But I'm like, they're all scientists. It would have been cool if they were all fucking trying to figure.
I gotta agree that they
were all scientists.
Yeah.
Like that's how great was the whole. What happened to you? I fell into a thing with the electrical eels. What about you? Fell into a super collider. Hey, you gotta watch what you fall into.
Yeah, that was good. That was funny.
That was good.
That was funny. This leads to when the movie really kicked off for me.
Yes.
The movie really kicked off when Peter is walking out into the living room, and everything's slow motion. You can tell his spidey senses are tingling, which was a cool depiction of how it worked. And he webs Norman's hand. That's when the movie set off.
Yeah, I agree. From that moment on, I really have minor complaints for the rest of the movie. Like that's when it really got great. I was hoping Norman was going to be bad, because otherwise, why the hell are we bringing him back? And the fact that he was technically the main villain of the movie is perfect.
Yes.
It's perfect.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, because Jamie Foxx was on the fence, and him spewing that villainous spiel kind of.
Yeah, got a couple people on board. I knew Lizard was going to jump on board immediately.
Willem Dafoe really turned it on. As soon as this happened, he turned it the fuck on.
Yeah.
That one line, I can't remember the line specifically about gods. He said, "We're gods. Gods don't need to apologize.
Something like that. That was awesome.
We take or something like that.
We don't need help. We take." That was fucking dope.
Yeah, it was really good.
The fight scene where he's fucking suplexing fucking Peter through
Oh my
like
God.
4 floors.
Floors, yeah, through floor. See, that's the other thing you forget is that he's enhanced, so that he's
Yes.
just like beating the
Yeah, it
Christ
took
out
me
of
a
him.
second to realize it. I'm like, oh, is he like more powered than he was in the last one? But it was awesome.
They didn't really show you that
Because it was real campy.
because he was more on the glider and
Right,
stuff
I
like
mean,
that.
the effects
They
back
never
in the
showed
day,
you
it was
his
limited.
strength, so that was really that
They
was
really showed
good.
how sinister he is. This is a sinister Green Goblin, which
Yeah.
I enjoyed.
He's
nuts.
Spider-Man's Joker, for
Yes,
Christ's sake.
yes.
He needs to be
It really
sinister.
showed when you punch him in the face and he's just fucking laughing.
Oh,
That's what's
so
like, fuck
good.
yes.
Yeah,
That was really
I
good.
think I gave Rick a look. I was like, this is fucking great. this is.
This is what I've been waiting for.
Yeah.
It was really good. There were a lot of things that were just finally like it was just.
Yeah.
I've wanted to see that for a while.
Yeah. Let's fast forward to the damage control of what happens with fighting Green Goblin.
Hold on, I want to get
That's
to.
how
I
he.
want
That's
to
why
get to
he's
one
the Joker.
point.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a sissy in movies. I cry.
Yeah.
I teared up.
Yeah.
I teared up when Aunt May
So did
died.
I.
Yeah. I just,
I teared up. I was scratching my
The
eye.
music didn't help.
Yeah.
The music was good too. I was like, God damn it.
Great job by Tom Holland.
no, fantastic job.
The best
really good.
I've ever seen you do.
In that moment, yes. In general, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the best. Yeah. Best
Great
acting.
job. But what was the fast forward to?
I was basically fast forwarding to May's death. So
Oh,
we're
okay,
right
okay,
there.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was
we're right there.
Even Happy getting in between him and telling him to run was really good.
That
That was really damn good.
I for a second thought they were gonna kill Happy, and then I was like, I don't think they're gonna do that.
right
5
after
seconds
Aunt May.
after Aunt May, like I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean, like
I realized that wait, he got shot in the shoulder though. They never brought that back up, or was it because he was wearing that like the nano armor? It didn't really phase him.
oh no, he was fine.
Okay, yeah, just because I see him go like this, but it seemed more like
Yeah,
it
I
actually
think it
hit
was
him
okay.
instead of
All
because
right.
he didn't have all of it back.
I think right after that we get to the Ned, Mary Jane.
Yeah, a little
Ned
corny
Barnes.
that Ned can do magic now.
Don't like that, but what it led to.
Yeah, which was dope.
Mm.
Ned opens up a portal.
It literally
He's looking
when
for
you
Peter.
see that Spider-Man,
I knew
pretty much.
instantly.
Yeah, you see the darker tone world and like it's in an alleyway.
Not only
I
that, but
knew
honestly,
it was. I knew it was
the
Andrew
bigger
Garfield.
eyes,
Yeah,
the
well,
more.
yeah. I'm just talking about the way it was shot. It was at night.
Yeah.
It felt like Amazing
very
Spider-Man,
dark, yeah.
the first one. You know
Here's
what I
one of my things. Here's one of the things I really liked about. This speaks to Toby and it speaks to Andrew. They kind of jump back into that same role.
Oh yeah,
They're not
nailed
trying to
it.
be just like Spider-Man. They're trying to be the Spider-Man they were,
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah.
which was fun.
That
it
was
was cool.
beautiful. Yeah.
it was
I'm
a
sorry.
smooth transition back to that. Yeah.
How great was it with their little sharing session on the top of the Statue of Liberty?
I could have done more of that.
Oh,
That was
yeah.
good.
That was so good.
I need them to make a buddy.
While they're
buddy
working
film
together,
with those two.
when they were working together, figuring out all the ways to cure everyone, and also the fact that we were waiting for everyone to show up, and they were just talking like, "Oh, you can shoot webs out of your arms," and "Oh, I can't do that." I went to space. Like everything was so.
It was so good.
They
Here's where the
nailed-
movie got funny for me too.
Yeah.
All those things that
Yeah,
you're
Andrew
thinking
Garfield.
about of I mean, they nailed
That was awesome.
everything you were. Yeah,
All right, so first Andrew Garfield comes in.
And the movie starts getting funny because
He was
scene
good
with him was
funny.
fucking hilarious.
good funny. Yeah,
Yeah, good funny. Yeah.
real jokes.
Yes.
And I didn't know how long we were gonna have to wait for Toby to show up.
I
But I
liked
was
that it
happy
was-
there was pretty much
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield
yes.
got his moment, and then Toby.
Oh,
came in.
Toby.
And that was the other thing. Toby always had his outfit under his clothes. When he brought that up, he had your suit on you, and he's like, "I thought that was great." Yeah, that's-
Perfect. It's perfect.
So Andrew Garfield comes in,
Mhm.
and then the Uncle Ben Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire comes in. Toby looking 75.
Mm-hmm.
He comes
Good
in.
75.
He comes in, but I really enjoyed Toby here.
Yeah, so did
Yeah.
I. It's like a warm hug.
It really was. It was
I like.
nostalgic. Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd you guys feel when they all trying to brainstorm where would Peter be? And they start talking about, where's
Oh,
certain
the
places.
Chrysler Building. I
Yeah,
had
the
the Empire
Chrysler
State
building. And then they cut to, and I like it because he's a fucking kid.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
top of his high school.
He's on top of his school.
Cool. That was,
That was
perfect.
brilliant.
That was perfect. That
I
was
didn't think about that. Yeah, that's his spot right now. That's
Yeah.
his life right
Yeah.
now. So that would be absolutely. That was good. Yeah.
They find him. I teared up a little bit too when they all hugged him.
You know tell me you weren't thinking that they were like, "Oh, I'm sorry about your head." And there was like, "Yeah, Peter, they're these guys. I'm gonna talk to
They
you."
also
real
call Peter too.
quick." Awkward. Yeah, but yeah, that was really cool too. Seeing them jump down
Yeah.
and everything. I was like,
Yeah, when he meets they go and find Peter and
so good.
They kind of explain. So I have a question.
Yeah.
Is Andrew Garfield's, because he kind of explained that at a certain point he stopped pulling his punches.
Oh, he's living a very.
Is it a darker?
darker
okay.
version.
That's what I got from
I
it.
feel kind of, that's what I told Rick, I feel like he's the sweatpants wearing Spider-Man almost, with the, like he shit hit the fan for him, and he kind of, like,
Yeah.
no, I'm talking about from the, what is it, the Spider-Verse?
Spider-Verse?
Yeah, the Spider-Verse,
He's
like,
just, like,
the one
down
that just,
his luck
like, is
kind of
down, beaten and defeated, and just like that, like.
I feel Gwen dying just really rocked him. I thought that was cool.
How
Yeah, because we
good
never got
was
the collateral damage from any of that.
Great acting job by him.
Oh.
I felt that when he because he was tearing up a little bit.
Dude, how many people cried?
What
with
about
that
when
movie?
what about when he redeemed himself?
Oh, well, yeah, we'll get to that.
Well, we'll get to that.
That was fantastic.
So we cut to, I guess, I don't know where they're at, but they're
Them getting
they're trying to
curing
fix-
everyone.
yeah, they're trying to key.
And it was subtle, but Tom Holland, Peter, picks up Sandman and Electro. Was it Sandman and Electro? No, yeah, Sandman and Electro. No, Sandman. He picks up anybody but Norman.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'll fix these two. I don't know about the other two. And Toby picks up Norman's. And he's like, I'll fix this. And they share a weird, awkward look. You could tell from right there. I knew what was going to happen at the end of the movie. But you could tell right there that Tom Holland had no... He wanted to kill Norman.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Even after what they told him, it's not worth it, and don't be like... It wasn't going to matter.
From right there, I was like, yeah,
somebody's going to stop him.
Yeah.
So he's going to have to stop him from killing Norman.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
That was cool. A little funny joke, I guess. Yeah. It was a little funny. It was a little corny. Peter.
I knew that was coming.
Peter Parker. I knew it was coming.
Oh, I knew that joke was coming a mile away.
Yeah.
I didn't find it all that funny. I'll be completely
I like the other one, though, when he's talking to Toby. He's like, you have any best friends? And I was like, yeah, he died in my arms after he tried to kill me.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Oh, no, the best was, Garfield's like, dude. Yeah. But, I mean, all that was really good.
All right, so they basically get... They
curing people.
Yeah, they get all the stuff they need to cure everybody.
Now, that's the other thing. I'm sorry, but the problem was that they had already died. So by sending them back, they were going to die. What the fuck did it have anything to do with curing them to save them by sending them back?
Don't really know.
Maybe it changes their timeline.
Yeah, maybe they're not.
Maybe they never become villains to begin with.
Yeah, I don't know.
It had nothing to do with time displacement as far as that. They were dead and they just got pulled in because of magic. Whoever knew Peter Parker's identity got pulled out, whether they were dead or alive. So that's one thing I didn't get was why are we saving these guys
before they died, or and
I don't get. I
Well,
didn't
no,
get
the
what
last thing
they
they remember. Last thing they remember is
dying.
Oh,
like right before they died.
Right before they died. All right, so then we cut to one of our favorite scenes. We just spoke about it. They're up on Empire State Building, and all three of them, they're kind of just talking.
Liberty.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that was a little weird.
I said Empire State Building. Sorry.
Seeing the shield on Lady Liberty. I thought that was an interesting take.
Yeah,
that was cool. I kind of
that was very comic booky. Yeah, that would make sense.
Fun.
I like that.
But that like we said, that scene was great.
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah, them sharing all.
Talking about the web.
Yeah.
Does it come out from anywhere else?
We got so much more of Toby and Andrew than I expected. I thought we were going to get them for maybe like 5 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And it would have been great, but we would have been like, oh, we wanted more.
I honestly thought Andrew Garfield's reveal was going to be saving MJ from falling off the thing.
Yeah, I did too. But the fact that he still did that anyway was phenomenal.
Yeah.
And I mean,
his acting job when he told her, he was
almost crying.
His redemption was really good. Yeah, like it was really good.
You know what? I didn't even dawn on me. Do you think he goes back a different person now because he was able to get a second chance?
Probably.
Not necessarily save his Gwen, but he did.
You know, he's no longer going to be the guy who's pulling punches.
Right.
Yeah.
You remember Toby even said, "Don't give up," and like because his we made it work, and it took a little time, and like so. Yeah,
that's true.
I definitely see that. Yeah.
So we get to a dope. The whole action sequence at the end when they're fighting.
The last 20, 30, whatever.
Yeah, they're fighting Sandman. They're fighting
Electro. They're picking them off one by one, giving them the cure. I think you get rid of Sandman first.
Not working together first,
yeah,
and then having to come together and everything because they're all getting in each other's way and shit.
Right.
And it was really good.
Yeah. Doc Ock comes and he helps.
Which at first I even said to Chris on the way back here, I was a little confused at first. I'm like, shit, like. Why is he about to help the bad guys out? That actually.
I knew that was.
Well, Chris said something that I wasn't in the back of my head.
Yeah.
With Electro basically
frying him again. You think that I was like, okay, well, was that gonna fry the back of his chip again?
Yeah.
That's why it was like I liked you better the other way, and then fried him. I was like, oh crap, did that just fry the inhibitor or whatever it was that
Okay. Yeah. Okay. I didn't look at it that way.
I figured that might have been the way.
I was fooled a little bit.
Sucks. He lost one of his arms.
Yeah, that's all right.
Anyways,
Um,
that's when we get Green Goblin.
oh yes, after they basically cured everybody else,
Yeah.
Green Goblin comes into the fold, and that's
He
that
blows up the
fight
cube. He
Yes.
blows up the cube, so the world's breaking apart. The multiverse is breaking apart, and then we get that final scene, which was cool. I like the lighting. I like the way it looked. It was shot. I like the way it looked. The colors when he's fighting on top of the shield. What it looks like.
Yeah.
And he's kind of beating the shit out of Green Goblin.
He's not holding back. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was rough.
Yeah, that fight sequence was fantastic.
And he picks up that glider, which he used to kill Aunt May.
Yes.
And he also
And that
died
was-
of himself.
He died by the glide. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's about to impale him, and Toby stops him.
Ah.
And here's
Yeah,
a little
that look.
misdirection. I would have felt it more if Toby died, to be honest.
That was what was a little weird. I said that to Rick. I was like, almost kind of like the way when they disappeared with Thanos. I was like, okay, shit, are these two gonna die next to each other?
Who, Green Goblin and Toby?
Yeah, that's what I thought at first. Was like, oh crap, we're gonna like conclude the first set of like the first generation of this month. Like that. I think I would have liked that more, but then we wouldn't have gotten the joke of you in a lot of pain. Okay, like it's just so I mean, like it was still good.
That was a good joke. What I thought was gonna happen, Toby was gonna die, but in dying, he saves both Tom Holland and he saves Andrew Garfield. Andrew Garfield goes back to his world or his universe, and he's no longer that dark Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And Tom Holland kind of saves Tom Holland from becoming that dark Spider-Man.
Right.
I thought if you would have went that route, I felt like it would have went a little better, but some good jokes came out of it.
Yeah.
I'll keep him. Yeah, I'll keep him as long as possible.
Okay, let's talk about the last kind of big scene of the movie. What happens? He
gives up everything.
He gives everything up.
In order to save everything, he wants nobody to remember who
him, and he decides he's going to go and see MJ and Ned, and he has something written down that he's going to say to them that's going to make them remember, and he sees how everything's working out for them and how they're safe. And I guess it was subtle. I don't know if I needed it, but like seeing the Band-Aid, the littlest cut on her face, was like, I don't want anything to happen to these people. You know what I mean?
I liked it.
I mean, it was. I guess it was fine. Yeah, it was. I guess it was fine.
Now, was that Band-Aid just from what she went through with him, though?
Yes,
that's what I thought.
You remember she had a cut?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's like, oh, you're bleeding.
Yeah. So he saw that and realized, listen,
she's better off without me.
Yeah, it was kind of the way. I mean, all the Spider-Man movies, the first couple ones used to do that. Like the first Tobey Maguire one, he decided not to tell MJ and walk away and break up with her.
Yeah,
you kind of hit all sides. You had that one where he ends up with the girl with Toby's. The other one he loses the girl, and this one he gives the friends up. So, I mean, like it's interesting to see.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
get a little bit of it.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, that was really that was really
it was sad. I mean, the ending was kind of sad. I mean, he wins, but you feel like he lost a lot.
Yeah,
he definitely lost a lot.
Does he have a social? Who is he?
That's what I thought was good. He's got his apartment. Tell me that did not remind you of Tobey Maguire's apartment. Like I was waiting for that very skinny Russian girl across the thing to be like, I make cookies. Like
I thought so.
I thought it was gonna be something like that, but
Yeah, so the movie ends with him basically. Oh, and that last suit was fantastic. No more techie Spider-Man.
I like the
you see him sewing the damn thing.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, thank God.
I like the colors. The blue was real vibrant.
Yeah. It reminded me a little bit of Toby's suit.
It almost looked like a fish scale, kind of like it was shot. Like it was very cool looking.
Because he doesn't have the tech because Tony Stark doesn't know him. Nobody remembers him. So he doesn't have that technology.
Right. Yep.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
I didn't know if I liked the black and red and the gold and it was just.
The only time I will be honest. The one moment in 3 movies I like the techie Spider-Man suit is when he's got all the arms out and he's fighting the Doc Ock. That was the only time I've ever liked it.
What did Doc Ock say to his own arms? Like you got some competition, or you got like basically I thought that was good.
So
the movie ends, and then you get a mid-credit and end credit scene. The first one, what's your feeling on the mid-credit scene?
That could go either way. See, that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't put it past Marvel to have a new Venom
Explain
thing.
What it is.
We see Venom. He's in this world, and then
in Mexico.
Yeah, when everything's done, he gets snuffed back to his reality, but he leaves a little piece of the symbiote behind. So I'm like, okay, is that going to lure him
to another Venom
or anchor him back to this world, or are we gonna get another?
See, the one
actor
problem,
playing Venom?
the one problem that we have is none of us saw the end of Venom, the second Venom, right?
Yeah, no.
The mid-credit scene, something happens where Tom Holland's in his universe or some shit like that. Something happens at the end of the Carnage. Let there be Carnage or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So that's
I
why I
only
think
saw the first one, so
Yeah.
we started the second one and it was garbage. I
really.
hated it.
Not
Couldn't get through 20 minutes.
These assholes watching drunk dad stuff without me.
Yeah. No, it's just it was. I knew we weren't gonna finish it.
No, it was really
Honestly, I can't get behind the whole Venom talking to him. The thing, like,
Yeah.
I can't get behind that.
I don't really
It's
like
so
that.
Even in
Marvel.
this part, it didn't land for me.
Yeah.
And then we got at the real end. It was a Doctor Strange trailer, not like a good one.
No,
Not even that. It wasn't even a little. It was a fucking trailer.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I was like, I could watch this on YouTube.
It's like whoever was in this theater watching the Spider-Man movie most likely is coming to see the Doctor Strange movie. So you don't need to show me a trailer. Just give me a little snippet of something interesting.
Yeah.
No.
I got some guy behind us who's like, Doctor Strange created the multiverse. Shut up, stupid.
I'm sorry, but that one between the one guy that was smacking his mouth, eating his chicken fingers. We had like 16, 13-year-olds behind us, it seemed like, that wouldn't shut the hell up. I have a guy clearing his nose sitting next to me every 3 seconds, holding an infant on his lap.
Yeah.
I have some guy crossing in front of us, sitting on all 3 of our laps.
Grinding on
basically.
Eddie. Eddie was looking for singles.
He trips on my foot.
It's pretty
His
hot.
knees hit his rear end hits my knees. I'm like,
Yep.
Had a
So
boner
like-
the whole time.
if it weren't for this channel, I swear to God, I would just stream everything.
We do this for you guys.
Yeah.
We do this for
This
you
is the
guys.
sacrifice.
the crap we have to put up with for you.
We have
All
to go to the movies.
So let's give it a rating.
Okay.
Let's give the movie a rating.
All right.
We'll start with you.
I'm gonna go. Honestly, I'm gonna this might be in my top 3 favorite MCU movies.
It's in my top 3. Yeah.
I'm gonna give this movie. My rating was a little higher before. Originally, I said 9, but I think I'm going to give it about an 8 or an 8.5. Let's go 8.5.
That's what I go with.
Yeah.
Honestly, anytime I give it something I've just gotten out of the theater with or something like that, where I haven't had enough time to let it stew and everything, I usually, whatever my first thing is I knock it back a half a point.
Yeah.
Just for the...
Some of those jokes
accommodate
just
for the
did
wow
not
factor.
land. Those jokes are annoying. I mean, I can't... Screw it. I'm going 9.
I might be a prisoner of the moment.
I'm going 9.
I might be a prisoner of the moment. Despite all the shit I talked about the first half.
Or Marvel in general.
Or Marvel in general. Or Spider-Man in general. I think Spider-Man still sucks.
But just think about the grin you have on your face through most of the second half of this movie.
This is my favorite MCU movie.
Yeah.
I might be prisoner of the moment. I might wake up tomorrow.
They did it right. But this, you've always wanted to see something like this. Absolutely.
I might wake up tomorrow and be like, no, it's still Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
But right now, as this moment, it's my favorite.
I think it's my favorite.
This might be my favorite one. They nailed bringing everyone back.
I'm going 9. Screw it. You know what? DC fans.
8.5 isn't bad.
No. I wasn't saying that to you.
I'm just saying.
Hate this guy.
Even though this is my favorite Marvel movie, it's still a 7. So
You giving it a 7?
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Yeah,
Are you?
7.5.
7.5? Really?
7.5,
Okay, that low. Okay.
7.5.
Okay.
I think the best Marvel movie is a 7. So
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. He's a tough critic.
That's fine.
Forgive him.
Well,
7.5. It might be an 8. Fuck it, I'll give it an 8. I really did enjoy.
So 8, 8.5, 9.
no words.
I liked it the best.
All right.
So, gentlemen, we don't have anything left in our glasses, but cheers to a good movie.
Yes.
And
Drunk guys watch.
Night, Mrs. Chen.